And connected on the right. Done. Good. Roger. Yes, sir. Connected on the left. Yep, done. Yep, done. Roger.
You, ready for a line? Roger that.
Slats are out. Flaps down. Ready. Roll left. Roll right. Stab up. Stabilizer down. Rudder left. Rudder right. Rudder left. Ready.
Alignment completed. Go primary
Okay,
sync now.
partial deflection.
We're ready to taxi.
Yep, retracted. Door open. Door closed. Roger.
Top gun, check.
2,
3, 4. Go, button 2.
Stand by. Yes, sir. Chalk's out.
Top gun,
You're all
check.
set.
2,
Have a
3,
flight.
4.
Disconnecting.
Ground, Top Gun 3, flight of 4 at Alpha, request taxi to runway.
Top Gun 3 ground, taxi runway 8 via Alpha, contact tower holding short.
Taxi runway 8 via Alpha, tower hold short, Top Gun 3.
Taxi check. Brakes. Checked. Instruments. Needle left, ball right. Compass card decreasing. Needle right, ball left. Compass oxygen. Normal, normal on. Mass pressure good. Normal, normal on. Pressure good. Optical sight. Set. Harness and leads. Fastened and secure. Fastened and secure. Internal wing transfer. Normal. Stab augs. Engaged. Flight controls. Free and correct, pressure's good. Anti-ice. Normal. Stab trim. Down 3. Fuel. 8/12, off. Canopies to go. Roger. Canopies. Closed, lights out, stripes aligned. Closed, lights out, stripes aligned, defog, foot heat. Set. Command selector valve open, lower guard down. Mine's down. Top gun, check. 2, 3, 4. Tower, Top Gun 3, flight of 4, holding short, runway 8, ready for takeoff. Top Gun 3, Indian Springs Tower, wind 090 at 6, clear for takeoff, runway 8.
Cleared for takeoff, Top Gun 3.
off. Off. Flaps down. Skid on. Lights out. Compass checked. Pitot heat on. IFF normal. Circuit breakers mine are good. Mine are good. Warning lights out. Okay, let's go.
Engine's good, airspeed off the peg. 80 knots. 100 knots.
Gear. Flaps.
Gears moving. Flaps up. Gear up.
Alright, let's push to Nixon for the rendezvous. Angels 10. That's 7 DME on the 100.
Roger. Well, it'll be nice to practice delivery methods other than TLAR.
What the heck is TLAR?
Don't you know? That looks about right. It's what we've been using in Nam.
True.
Good morning. You may have been under the impression that Top Gun was all about dogfighting and turning jet fuel into G's over the desert, but the Navy insisted we include an air-to-ground phase in the syllabus. It's really not all that difficult, but there's a big difference between being able to fly the airplane and using it as a tactical weapon to accurately drop ordnance on a target. Let's have a look at the admin. All 4 of you will fly out to the Dogbone range together. Today's lead is Top Gun 3, so Boomer and Clam. Rendezvous at Nixon at 10,000 feet, then press north and check in with range control on 289.75. The first exercise will be dive bombing. I know, you practice this ad nauseum at the RAG. However, our experience over North Vietnam showed us that the standard release altitudes of around 3,000 feet AGL are way too low and exposes the aircraft to enemy ground fire and AAA. You need to recover above 4,500 feet. So today we're going to be doing some 45-degree dive bombing at 450 knots with a release altitude of 8,000 feet AGL and a recovery altitude of 5,100 feet. You'll find that hitting the target from such higher altitudes will be more challenging. The second exercise will be loft delivery. I know that most of the targets you bombed in Vietnam seem low value, suspected truck parks or river crossings. However, we should expect China or the Soviet Union to openly enter the conflict any day. And in that case, it may very well turn into a nuclear war. We must be prepared to deliver nuclear weapons accurately on target with the least amount of exposure to AAA, SAMs, as well as the nuclear blast and radiation. Alright, gentlemen, any questions? Okay, get ready.
Alright, Top Gun pushing north for Dogbone.
Rig check. Ball centered. Ailerons look good. Roll log off.
Top Gun 3, push Dogbone, button 15. Top Gun, check.
2, 3, 4.
Dogbone, Top Gun 3 is inbound with 4.
Roger, Top Gun. You're cleared on right range. Left traffic. Target 1.
Roger, right range, left traffic, target 1.
Top Gun, are you ready to copy the winds?
Roger, go.
Winds at the surface. 095 at 6. Winds at 5,000. 100 at 8. 6,000. 100 at 8. 7,000. 100 at 9. 8,000. 105 at 10. 9,000. 105 at 10. 10,000. 105 at 11. Altimeter is going to be 3013.
Roger, Top Gun 3 copies the winds. ready. Let's set up for the initial pass on a heading of 164. We're looking at 11,500 feet, 400 knots.
2, 3, 4. Alright, fence in checks.
Roll log.
Off.
Nose, tail arm switch.
Set.
Left and right inboard stations.
Selected, 2 green lights.
Roger, direct.
Roger, direct.
Weapons select.
Bombs.
Bombs single.
Bomb single. Master arm. On.
Gun sight.
Air ground.
Check sight depression 140 mils.
Depression set to 140.
Fuel.
Check.
Alright, I'm all set in the back.
Alright, the run-in heading will be 164 degrees. The elevation at the range will be 3,466 feet. We run in at 13,100 feet AGL and the speed will be 400 knots calibrated. This way we can check out the winds that the range tower gave us and compare them with the winds off the inertial. You'll be in echelon right and brake at 11-second intervals. In order to maintain a uniform pattern, we must have one flight member at each corner of the pattern. As number 1 rolls in, 2 should be on base, 3 should be turning from the crosswind to the downwind, and 4 will just be pulling off the target. The radio calls we'll use are in and base. Number 2 must wait until number 1 receives clearance so that his base call does not block out the clearance from the range officer. In order to prevent mid-airs, make sure that you have the flight member ahead of you in sight at all times. Alright, here's a refresher on dive bombing. The dive angle is the angle between the flight path and level. For this exercise, it's 45 degrees at 450 knots. The aim-off point is located on the ground where the aircraft would impact if no change of flight path were made, and it's on the far side of the target. The aim-off distance is a linear measurement between the target and the aim-off point. Today, it will be 1,900 feet. That's 400 feet from the outer ring around the target at the 12 o'clock position. The aircraft is flown down the flight path to the aim-off point. And now we get to the release aim point, or RAP. In a no-wind situation, it's the target. But when wind is involved, the RAP is adjusted to give you a shack. To determine this, you take the crosswind factor from your -34 chart and multiply it by the wind. This is the offset required to compensate for the release wind effect. Today the release winds are going to be 100 at 10 knots. That means that our release aim point will be 180 feet at approximately 9 o'clock. The release aim point extension, RAPE, is the rollout reference point, to be thought of as the target at rollout, but it's actually RAP adjusted for wind effect from rollout to release, approximately 2 to 3 times the distance from the target to the RAP. Now we must also adjust our aim-off point, and in this case we'll find that our adjusted aim-off point will be 1,900 feet, 12 o'clock to the release aim point extended. We'll now use the adjusted aim-off point as our roll reference point, and the initial pip replacement will be 16 mils short of the release aim point extended. For accurate delivery, it is critical that the flight path lead directly to the aim-off point, which will happen if your initial pip replacement is correct. The F4 sight has a pipper 2 mils in diameter, an outside reticle radius of 25 mils, 12.5 mil indexes, and tabs at the top 6 mils above the top of the reticle, or 31 mils above the pipper center. The pipper schedule is a tool to put you on the correct flight path with your pipper arriving on the target at the proper altitude with the proper G-load. The G-load is the cosine of the dive angle. The G-load for 30 degrees is 0.86. For 45 degrees, it's 0.71. If you maintain this G-load, you'll maintain a constant flight path with no shallowing out during the pass. For the average fighter jock, dive angle is the most difficult parameter to consistently achieve. Base leg position is the key to the dive angle problem. The correct base leg position is in the plane of the desired dive angle. The roll-in should be hard enough to prevent altitude loss during roll-in. 14 to 15 units of AOA or just on the edge of the burble will generally be sufficient. During roll-in, power is at 100%. Next is the roll-out, for which a reference point is needed. If the pipper were used, which is a common error, you would overshoot final. You need to know and establish the roll axis of the plane. In the F4, a common reference, though not accurate, is the top of the combining glass. During roll-in, you attack the aim-off point, not the target. With wind, you attack the aim-off point, which after adjusting for the wind is through the rape. When your roll reference point approaches the aim-off point, you should unload the aircraft and roll out wings level. If headed for the proper aim-off point, initial pipper placement will be correct. If it isn't, you're not on the proper flight path. The quicker the pipper placement is corrected, the smaller the dive angle error will be. Anytime during the run when the pipper schedule is met, you'll be flying to the proper aim-off point. If we maintain a proper dive angle and a proper G-loading as we come down the chute, we'll find that the pipper will schedule up to arrive on the release aim point at the release altitude. Remember, the two most critical parameters will be the dive angle and the G-loading. Alright, if there are no further questions, let's go out and do it.
Alright, check master arm on, sight depression 140.
Roger, master arm on, 140 mils.
One's up for 45 degrees.
Two's up. Three's up. Four's up.
One base. Remember, we gotta maintain 400 knots at 16,500 feet in the pattern to make this work.
Roger.
One's in.
Clear one. Two, base. Two's in. Clear two. Three, base. Three's in. Clear three. Four base.
One's in. Clear 1. 2, base. 15-5. 14-5. 13-5. 12-5. Ready. Pickle. Two's in. Clear 2. 3 base. Three's in. Clear 3. 4 base. One's in. Clear 1. 2 base. One's in. 4's in. Clear 1. Clear 4. 1 base. $15-5. 14-5. 13-5. 12-5. Ready. 2's in. Clear 2. 3 base. Two's in. Clear 2. 3 base. Three's in. Clear 3. 4 base. One's in. Clear 1. 2 base. One's in. Clear 1. 2 base. 4's in. Clear 4. 1 base. $15-5. 14-5. 13-5. 2's in. 5. Ready. Pickle. Clear 2. 3 base. Two's in. Clear 2. 3 base. Three's in. Clear 3. 4 base. 4. $15.5. $14.5. $13.5. Ready. Pickle. Alright, top gun, join up. 2, 3, 4. We only scored a single hit. Not great. One's up for 45 degrees. Two's up. Three's up. Four's up. One base. Remember, we gotta maintain 400 knots at 16,500 feet in the pattern to make this work. Roger. One's in. Clear 1. 2, base. Two's in. Clear 2. 3, base. Three's in. Clear 3. 4, base. Four's in. Clear 4. 1 base. One's in. Clear 1. 2, base. 15.5. 14.5. 13.5. 12.5. Ready. Pickle. Two's in. 15-5, 14-5, 13-5, 12-5, ready, pickle. Two's in. Clear 2. 3 base. Three's in. Clear 3. 4 base. One's in. Clear 1. 2 base. Four's in. Clear 4. 1 base. One's in. Clear 15-5, 2 base. 14-5, 13-5, 12-5, ready, pickle. Two's in. Clear 2. 3 base. Three's in. Clear 3. 4 base. Four's in. Clear 4. 15-5, 14-5, 13-5, 12-5, ready, pickle. All right, top done, join up. 2, 3, 4. We only scored a single hit. Not great. All right, let's set up for the second exercise. Check center station selected.
Center station selected, green light.
Delivery method to loft.
Set.
Okay, low angle and pull-up timer set. We're good to go.
Roger.
Alright, our second exercise will be a simulated nuclear delivery using a single 2,000-pound Mark 84 bomb. You'll set up at an opposite heading from the run-in, then roll in at a 15-second interval. You'll dive to 100 feet AGL, then pick up the road as your reference. The IP is the road outpost, 4,825 feet from the pull-up point. At a true airspeed of 550 knots, as 520 indicated, you'll cover this distance in 5.2 seconds. Rios, that's your pull-up timer setting. As you overfly the outpost, you press and hold the pickle button. The horizontal and vertical pointers of the ADI move to the center of the sphere. The horizontal pointer shows deviation from 1G flight, and the vertical one indicates yaw roll deviations. When the pull-up light goes out and the tone comes on, you pull 4 Gs, wings level. The ADI's horizontal pointer now indicates G error based on 4 Gs obtained in 2 seconds. When the aircraft reaches the preset pitch altitude, the release switch closes, and as voltage is applied, the tone stops and the bomb is released. When your bomb is gone, initiate the recovery maneuver immediately. Light the cans, then pull into a hard left turn, back down to 100 feet AGL to get below the potential SAM radars and away from the nuclear blast. Your egress heading will be 020, slightly offset from the reciprocal of the run-in heading, in order to avoid overflying the same area again, where enemy gunners may have already been alerted by your approach. Alright, any questions? Good, let's do it.
One's in for loft. Two's in. Three's in. Four's in. Okay, set the rat alt to 90 feet. I don't want to bounce. You got it. Your bomb, 500 at 4. 1 roger. Your bomb, 1,000 at 10. 2, roger. That's a miss. About a mile short. 3, roger. That's a shack. too shabby. All right, Top Gun 3, rejoin. I'm orbiting at 10,000. 2, 3, 4. Alright, let's fence out. I'm all set in the back.
Switch is safe, fenced out.
Top Gun 3, battle damage check.
Lead, you're good. 2's good. 3's looking good. Oh, you're looking good.
Dogbone control, Top Gun 3 is checking out. RTB.
Dogbone copies. See you, General.
Top Gun 3, approaching Nixon, go button 3. Top Gun, check.
2,
3, 4. Tower, Top Gun 3, flight of 4 at Nixon, fully overhead, full stop.
Top Gun 3, Indian Springs Tower, roger, altimeter 3013, report 3 mile initial for runway 8.
Top Gun 3. Tower, Bandit 1, flight of 2, runway 8, ready to go.
Bandit 1, Indian Springs Tower, wind 090 at 6, clear for takeoff, runway 8.
Clear for takeoff, Bandit 1.
Descent checks. Defog foot heat. Set. Bearing distance selector. Set. Altimeter. Set. Antenna. Upper. Armament switches. Safe.
Landing light. On. Fuel. Check. Top Gun 3-1, abeam, gear, full stop.
Top Gun 3-1, clear to land, runway 8.
3-1.
Top Gun 3-2, abeam, gear, full stop.
Top Gun 3-2, clear to land.
3-2.
Top Gun 3-3, abeam, gear, full stop. Top Gun 3-3, clear to land. 3-3.
Okay, gear and flaps are down, check pressure, warning lights, and anti-skid.
Pressure's good. Skid on.
Top Gun 3-4, abeam, gear, full stop.
Top Gun 3-4, cleared to land.
3-4.
Top Gun 3, clearly active when able, contact ground.
Top Gun 3, switching, flight go, button 2. Top Gun, check.
2.
3, 4. Ground, Top Gun 3 is clearly active. Request taxi to parking.
Top Gun 3, you're cleared to taxi to ramp Alpha.
Top Gun 3.
After landing checks.
Skid. Status selector valve closed, radar off, pressure is good, lower guard up.
Mine's up.
Taxi light,
Set.
flaps,
Up.
drag chute,
Jettison.
stab augs,
Off.
internal wing dump,
Normal.
ILS,
Off.
anti-ice,
Normal.
rattle,
Off.
stab trim,
Down 3.
reference system selector,
Standby.
rain removal,
Off.
pitot heat,
Off.
IFF,
Off.
temperature,
Full hot.
defog foot heat,
Defog.
TACAN,
Off.
formation lights,
Off.
sight shutter,